A blessed day to you, all my sports to the bone people. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope everybody is doing okay. Hope you're all enjoying this beautiful Thursday morning. All right. Finally, we're getting some information on the squads that will be playing in the 4-day regional championship. Now, for this video, I am going to be zooming in on the Guyana Harpy Eagles and the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force squads. Now, both teams, they have appointed new captains for the opening round, right? Remember, quite a few of the senior players, they are away. Either they are on tour with the West Indies team or they are involved in franchise cricket. So the Guyana Harpy Eagles, they have appointed Savory as captain for the opening round. And the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force team, they have appointed Brian Charles as captain for the opening round. And I say opening round because once the last test match between West Indies and Pakistan is completed, I would assume that, the likes of Tevin Imlak and, a couple of other senior players will return and they will probably take up leadership roles. So let us start with the Guyana Harpy Eagles. So they are saying the Guyana Harpy Eagles, they are without several star players who are either on international duties or taking part in franchise cricket. Now it says test players Tevin Imlak, Gudi Kishmoti and Kevin Sinclair are in Pakistan, as we know, while Shemran Hetmaya, Sheffield Rutherford and Romario Shepherd are all unavailable due to franchise obligations. That simply means that they would have had to go with, another player that is probably not as, experienced. Now, they say additionally, fast bowler Shemar Joseph is still recovering, as we know from shin splint. So, Kemal Savory gets the opportunity to lead the team. Now, let me just go through the Guyana Harpy Eagles squad here. So, this is the squad for the Guyana Harpy Eagles. Kemal Savory, captain. Matthew Nandu has been named or has been appointed vice captain. And as I mentioned in a couple of videos, he was one of the players selected who was sent to India in that 2 weeks camp. So Matthew Nandu, vice captain, Tej Narayan Shandopal, Raymond Perez, Kevlin Anderson. Interestingly, he was given the captaincy last year for a period of time when Tevin Imlak was away with West Indies team. Didn't start off too well, and as soon as Tevin Imlak came back, he took over the captaincy and was able to lead the team to victory. So, it's really good to see that Anderson is still there. He's a player that I really like. I am hoping that he will score some runs this year because I would love to see him, step it up some. All right, so Kevlin Anderson, Ronaldo Al Mohammed, Jonah Sinclair, Versamy Pramal, Anthony Adams, Niall Smith, Isaiah Thorne, Richie Locknorth, and Theodos Lovell. So those are the players in the squad for the Guyana Harpy Eagles. And I am very happy that even though Versamy Pramal is there, you understand, who is a senior player, and Tej and Shandopal, they have actually decided to go with, with a youngster in Kemal Savory. You understand? Wouldn't have a problem with Tej and Shandopal because he's just starting his career also. But I'm happy they didn't go with Pramal or, because it's always good when you have youngsters in leadership roles and they can learn as they continue to, to improve their cricket. All right, so for Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, my people, they are without the likes of Joshua Da Silva, right? Jaden Seals, and we know that they have quite a few players out there playing franchise cricket, but those two players there and Amir Jangu, is also not there. So they have decided to go with the spinner, Brian Charles. They have actually named a couple of debutants also. They have batting all-rounder Andrew Rambaran. They have pacer Aiden Racha and wicketkeeper batter Antonio Gomez. Right? They also have Asima, who played a solitary game back in 2023, I think it was, that has returned, Justin Manik. So, very, very interesting squad here. Very young squad in terms of experience that has been named by the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. I mean, they still have the likes of Jason Mohammed and a couple others that have been there, for a while. So the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force squad: Brian Charles, captain; Kyrie Pierre, vice captain. Kyrie Pierre has been on the scene for a little while now, so he's also there. Vikash Mohan is there. Cephas Cooper, Jade Gooley, who had a good campaign last year, he's back. Jason Mohammed continues. Tian Webster, Anthony Gomez, Yannick Correa, experienced campaigner, also is there. Joshua James, Anjo Rambaran, Justin Manick, and Aiden Racha. So those are the players that have been named for the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. Now, it's going to be very interesting to see how this season will go, my people, because you can almost say quite a few teams, they are turning the corner. They are moving on from a couple of senior players, guys who have this, plus even not too senior players, but players who are established, but they have decided to take up franchise cricket. Quite a few of these guys, they were playing regional cricket when we had the likes of Chris Gale, Dwayne Bravo, Pollard. When we had those set of T20 players out there playing most of the T20 and T10, a couple of these guys were playing regional cricket. But now that some of these guys have retired from cricket, the ones that were coming up, they are the ones that are filling the gap now in franchise cricket. So people like Kemo Paul, you understand, Romario Shepherd, all of these guys that were coming up below the scene, the other guys that I named, they are the ones that are out there playing franchise cricket now. And we have a lot of youngsters coming through, in the squad. So gonna be very interesting. I mean, the Guyana Harpy Eagles, as I said earlier, they are the defending champions. They will be taking on Barbados at home in their first game, while the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force will be taking on the combined campuses and colleges on Wednesday. So it's very good. It's very good that red ball cricket is back in the region. And, I mean, with a new West Indies test coach named, I am sure that quite a few players will be looking to see if they can get noticed in this upcoming tournament. So very, very interesting, my people. Just before we finish, I want to say a shout out to, all of the debutants, or all of the youngsters that have been named. You understand, we are not familiar with quite a few of these players, with these guys, but we are definitely looking forward to seeing what they will do, what they have to offer at this level, as we continue to try to identify players to step into the West Indies team. Big up on yourself, my people. Stay safe. We'll touch base later on today. Bless.